Hi guys, my name is Meads. This is going to be a review for the Aventador made by Stealth Spinners. And I have both versions, the golden brass here on the left and the normal electroplated black here on the right. And yeah, it's quite nice. Let's take a look at the packaging. It's your typical tin. A lot of spinners does that. One thing that I want to note, there's a bit of a speck here. It looks like rust. And I thought at first as part of the design, kind of gives it a bit of a character or flair. But I look at the brass one, it's just a little speck right there. So I'm not sure if that's actual rust forming or something. And you got your typical warning choking hazard at the back. Yeah. Now these guys are about, the normal black here, it's about $60. It's discounted right now, although that might be the price for the time being. And they also have this golden brass, which runs you about $50. Yep. Now I want to share another story before I open this. I was thinking of doing a warp video, and I screwed that up. I actually recorded a segment where I dropped the spinner. Yeah, and it does have a nice sound to it. But it does prompt me to customize this, and I've seen people do that. And as I open this, here we go. Comes with a plastic bag. Make sure you put it underneath, even if you're not putting it back, because it's hard to remove this because there's no spot for your finger to grab in. So leave the plastic in there. So what I end up doing is filing up the edges, because I dropped this on the cement floor. It got scratched on one of the corners here, and also here it dinged it. Yeah, it dinged it up. The black where the plating came off, and it's one of those moments like, yeah, I screwed up. I dropped a expensive spinner. But it's a blessing in disguise, because now it does look a lot better. Sanding those edges there kind of gives it a bit of an accent. Because otherwise, this whole thing is black, other than the Stealth hit there. So then you got the Aventador on one side, Stealth on the other, and that's it. Everything else is black, well, except for the caps here, of course. So definitely doing that gives it a bit of character. I like it more this way. Now let's take a look at the golden brass here. It has a really nice smooth spin on it. I like it a lot. Although this one I probably need to clean the bearing. So this one's a little bit noisy. Yeah, well, I dropped it. But yeah, anyways, it looks really nice. And there's grooves here. Gives you a really nice grip, especially when you're flicking it from the edge. Really good way to flick it. Or just going in the middle. You got enough space, which is great for tri-spinners. And there is heft to it. It is brass. And another thing I've noticed also, this button here are a bit concave, which is nice. Although for the black one, they've etched the logo of Stealth. On this one, it's smooth. I definitely prefer the one where there's a bit of traction there, because it is a heavy spinner. You want to be able to securely hold it, or otherwise you got something like this. It's not too bad, but definitely, especially if you're spinning with two hands and you're stopping it, there might be a tendency for it to pop off your hand if you're not holding it properly. Nonetheless, great spinners. I really like it. Now for spin time, let me just do a little bit of spin here. Actually, as it's slowed down, it gives you quite a bit more spin. Like towards the end, like for a minute or so, it will just do a slow spin. But on average, I've probably tried 3 or 4 times. I recorded the times, and I'm getting more than 5 minutes, about 5 minutes and 20 seconds for both of them, and that's really great. So definitely, if you're looking for spin time, this is a great spinner for that. And again, I consider anything about 4 minutes above average. And I guess if you replace the bearings on this one, you can probably get more out of that. It's a quite great spinner. Otherwise, is there anything else? Oh yeah, comparison. Let's do some comparison. So comparing this with your typical sea green C3 spinner, there's plenty of people out there who has this now. It's like one of the things that you gotta have in your collection when you start collecting the metal spinners. So this is just brass as well. I changed the buttons on this one. So definitely you got a lot more mass on this guy here in terms of the shape. Let's see. You get the Spinetic Y, under another great tri-spinner. So definitely it's a lot bigger. And the Electroplated one. It's kind of the same shade of black, although I could be wrong, but yeah. Another one that is comparable is the Very Dapper by Kepler. Because this one is really smooth at the edges here. This one, you have the grooves. Again, it's not quite a hot spot, but it's there. And it probably depends on your preference. I mean, I like them both for their own style. But actually, I'm leaning more towards the Aventador because I like the more grooves. I actually prefer hot spots, oddly. That's my preference, and I like more feedback kind of deal. Because this one is really smooth. This one, it's actually smooth also. Again, like I mentioned before, it's smooth. But yeah, definitely, they are a bit comparable, and they differ by the face here, the grooves. Yeah, nonetheless, really nice spinner. I think that's about it for this. And definitely, again, if you're looking for a nice tri-spinner that is smooth, heavy, this is it. This is a really nice spinner for you. Otherwise, yeah, I cannot think of anything else to say. I'll provide the links down below, as well as the new Kickstarter they just launched, as well as their Facebook group. If you want to check them out, ask questions, they probably give you a better answer than I can. Anyways, that's about it. And till next time, this is Meads. Thanks for watching.